Good morning and welcome to Second Coming of Unbelief. Um, Here's something that I really hadn't thought about until it was brought to my attention. It's been in the back of my mind, but it wasn't at the forefront. But now it is. Why must we be saved from sin? God created a perfect creation. Genesis 1 is pretty specific, and he saw that it was good at the end of day 6. And even if Adam and Eve messed up, it's very clear from the rest of the Bible that the Son shall not suffer for the sins of the Father. The Son shall not say, "Our fathers have eaten sour grapes, and so our teeth are set on edge." That's very clear from the rest of the Bible. And yet, we read in Paul, for as in Adam all die. The Bible's not agreeing with itself very well. That's a big contradiction I see. But what I've been seeing on other people's blogs, and it's starting to resonate with me now, is the way we word stuff sounds manipulative. God loved you enough to give his only son, and if you don't love that son right back, he'll send you to hell because he loves you so much. I grew up in an annihilationist home. I'm not afraid of hell. Hell is an event. It happens. It's once. It's over. So, it's not. I know major forms of Christianity believe in an everlasting, eternal, never-ceasing fire of hell, eternal, perpetual torment. I understand that, but I grew up in an annihilationist home. So, but even so, love me the way I love you, or I will kill you. It sounds like an abusive boyfriend. I'm sorry, it does. It sounds like an abusive boyfriend. Let's go down a couple rabbit trails. How about the people that died before Jesus died on the cross? Are they going to burn in hell? Would that mean there is an alternative than Jesus' blood to be saved and go to heaven? What about all those people in other countries that died before missionaries ever got there, never even knew that Jesus existed? Is there a way for them to get to heaven? God winked at their ignorance. Does that mean there is an alternative to the blood of Jesus? Again, Christianity sounds like an abusive partner, and less like a relationship of love. We have to keep a whole raft of rules or risk angering him. If you don't do it the way I like it, I'm going to be angry with you. And it's more and more obvious to me as I see it. I never looked. I never allowed myself to look, but now that I've allowed myself to look, the more I look, the more I see. The Bible was written by misogynistic men for misogynistic men to read, and it was written from a misogynistic point of view, assuming that the reader would also have the same or nearly the same misogynistic viewpoint, where women were objects and not actually counted as people. And they need to be kept under authoritarian control of insecure men. And there's more and more and more rules. Don't show your shoulders. Don't show your collarbone. Don't show your knees or your ankles or your wrists. Don't wear earrings or any little makeup. Don't look nice. If you look too nice, you're taking pride. Pride is a sin. Well, yeah, but so is adultery. Adultery, nobody ever condemns adultery. One of the presidential runners is openly adulterous, and he's got a huge following. So, adultery, no problem. Pride, no, don't we go over there. And watch out for those naughty thoughts that might enter your head. Well, but part of those naughty thoughts come because we're human, and humans are attracted to other humans. Humans have feelings, emotions, sensations that are in reaction to what we see, what we hear, what we feel, just because we're in the process of becoming adults. We're maturing. We're going through puberty. I can't talk. And then, here's another rabbit hole. 1 Samuel 15, 1-3. Kill them all. Man, woman, child, and beast. So the men were sinners. Okay, we get that. And the women helped the men sin. So, okay, we get that. But the babies weren't even in control of their bodily motor motions. What sin could they possibly have committed? And what sins do cows commit? And I go back to the caveman who told his wife, God talked to me last night. His wife said, what did God say? The man said, you know that thing that I've always wanted to do that you never wanted me to do? Well, God says I have to do that. The woman said, no, that's nasty and gross, and I do not want you to do that. And the caveman said, but you don't want to make God angry, do you? God will send an earthquake or a tornado or a terrible natural disaster. And the wife caved in. Can you imagine the power the man felt? And anybody feels when they can manipulate you merely by saying, but you don't want to make God angry, do you? I remember, my parents didn't, but I remember very clearly hearing, you don't want to make Jesus cry, do you? And so, our holiness, our righteousness, really, it's almost up to the personal interpretation of each separate holy man, pastor, preacher, guru, imam, shaman, whirling dervish. It's all up to whatever spiritual leader we choose to listen to. And because we don't want to make God angry, then we just kind of blindly follow along without actually even thinking, does this make sense? Either God's love or God's not. I got another rabbit hole to jump down another time, but for today, this is where I'm going to stop. Do we really need to be saved? Are we really that bad off? Because it seems kind of to go against the very idea of a perfect creation. I don't have the answers, so I hope you have the answers. Please comment or drop me an email or whatever. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching Second Coming of Unbelief.